Two of Russia's most feared hacking groups, Turla and Gamaredon, once thought to be rivals, are now working side by side. This isn't a movie script or spy novel, it's real. ESET's new research exposes a chilling collaboration that could reshape the way we understand state-sponsored cyber warfare, a partnership born in shadows. For years, cybersecurity experts believed Turla and Gamaredon were rivals. Turla, the elite predator, hunting only the most sensitive targets. Gamaredon, the brute force, casting a wide net across Ukraine with relentless intrusions. Their styles were different, their missions seemingly unaligned, but in early 2025, something shifted. Between February and April, ESET observed evidence that blurred the line between competition and cooperation. On 4 compromised machines in Ukraine, Gamaredon's tools weren't just used for infiltration, they were used to revive and deploy Turla's own malware implants. This wasn't an accident, it was a handoff, a relay in a digital sabotage marathon. Who are Turla and Gamaredon? To understand the weight of this revelation, let's pull back the curtain. Turla, also known as Krypton Snake, Venomous Bear and Waterbug, has been active since at least 2004. Their targets are rarely random. Diplomats, ministries, government networks, Europe, Central Asia, the Middle East. Their hallmark is stealth. Turla doesn't smash down doors. It slips quietly through cracks, staying undetected for years if needed. Gamaredon, in contrast, is chaos in motion. Known by aliases like Armageddon, Blue Alpha and Primitive Bear, they've been active since 2013. Their favorite target? Ukraine. Thousands of intrusions, waves upon waves of malware, overwhelming defenses. Where Turla is a scalpel, Gamaredon is a sledgehammer. Different methods, different goals, but both working under the shadowy umbrella of the Russian Federal Security Service, the FSB, the relay race of espionage. Here's how the cooperation played out. Gamaredon acts as the infiltrator. Their arsenal of tools, Terrographin, TerrOdd, TerrOpaste, worms its way into Ukrainian systems. Once inside, Gamaredon installs its implants, leaving behind footholds across hundreds, maybe thousands of machines. Then, Turla steps in. Instead of wasting time building initial access, they piggyback on Gamaredon's groundwork. Using Gamaredon's compromised systems, Turla deploys its prized malware, Kazuar, a sophisticated espionage implant. In February, for example, Gamaredon's Terrographin tool restarted Kazuar after it crashed, almost like a caretaker ensuring the implant stayed alive. By April, Gamaredon's TerrOdd and TerrOpaste delivered Kazuar version 2 installers. This is not rivalry, this is orchestration. Why this alliance matters? Why would Russia's FSB let two hacking groups work together? Strategy. Gamaredon floods networks, breaking into countless systems, most worthless, but some hiding sensitive data. Turla then steps in, ignoring the noise and targeting only the high-value machines. Its brute force meets precision. Gamaredon opens doors, Turla slips through the right ones. Together, they form a hybrid threat, more dangerous, efficient and unpredictable than either alone. A history written in espionage. This cooperation isn't entirely new. ESET notes that back in 2020, Gamaredon was seen collaborating with another group tracked as Invisimole. It hinted at a broader strategy, Gamaredon as the gatekeeper, the initial attacker, whose infrastructure becomes a launchpad for others, and historically the roots go deeper still. Both Gamaredon and Turla's parent organizations, Center 18 in Crimea and Center 16 in Moscow, trace their lineage back to Cold War intelligence operations. Then, as now, collaboration wasn't unusual. Different units might run different missions, but when strategy demanded, they shared resources, targets, and cover stories. So perhaps this is not rivalry turned into friendship, but simply the next logical step in a long Russian playbook. Technical breadcrumbs. The link between Turla and Gamaredon isn't just a guess, it's backed by technical evidence. In February 2025, Gamaredon's tool called Terrographin was used to bring Turla's Kazuar implant back to life after it had stopped working. Then in April 2025, two more Gamma-Redan tools, Ptero-Odd and Ptero-Paste, were used to install the newer version of Kazuar, known as version 2. This shows something important. Turler's malware was not running on its own. It was being supported, even restarted, using Gamma-Redan's systems. That suggests a clear plan to keep operations going without interruption. Even when ESET's team couldn't fully recover the malware files, the timing and the way the tools were used matched up too perfectly to be random. Could Turler have copied Gamma-Redan's infection methods? Possible, but highly unlikely. It would have been overly complicated and served no purpose. The most straightforward answer? They were working together. Ukraine, the digital battlefield. It's no accident this partnership is playing out in Ukraine. For Russia, Ukraine is both a geopolitical target and a testing ground. Since 2013, Gamma-Redan has pummeled Ukrainian networks relentlessly, disrupting communications, harvesting intelligence, probing defenses. Turler, on the other hand, saves its firepower for moments of strategic importance. By embedding itself in Ukraine's systems through Gamma-Redan's access, it can quietly monitor decision-makers, diplomatic cables, and military communications, all without revealing its hand. Ukraine then becomes not just a victim, but a laboratory for Russia's evolving cyber warfare doctrine, blurring the lines. What makes this moment so unsettling is how the lines are starting to blur. In the past, experts could clearly separate Russian hacking groups. Each had its own style of attack, its own department inside the FSB, and its own unique mission. Gamma-Redan was known for flooding systems with attacks, while Turler was famous for moving silently and picking only the most sensitive targets. But now, if these two groups are truly working together, sharing stolen access, trading tools, even handing over malware implants, then it points to something far bigger than a simple partnership. It hints at a possible merging of cyber forces, a carefully planned FSB strategy that transforms once rival units into one coordinated, flexible cyber army. If that's the case, Russia is no longer just running separate hacking campaigns here and there. It's quietly building a massive, connected war machine in cyberspace, one that can strike with both brute force and surgical precision. The bigger picture, step back, and the picture looks even darker. We're not just talking about stolen emails or surveillance on officials. We're talking about a cyber model that could spread. Imagine Chinese units adopting similar collaboration. Imagine North Korean hackers pooling resources with Iranian operatives. Cyber warfare has often been siloed, each group protecting its methods. But the Turler-Gamma-Redan partnership signals a shift, collaboration as force multiplier. If this becomes the new normal, the digital battlefield grows more unpredictable, more dangerous, more impossible to defend. The unanswered questions. But let's pause here. Could there be another explanation? Could Turler simply be hijacking Gamma-Redan's access, parasitically riding on their work without consent? Could these groups still be rivals, competing for the same targets, but occasionally crossing paths? ESET doesn't think so. Their analysts argue the overlap is too precise, too deliberate. But in the opaque world of espionage, absolutes are rare. So the question remains, cooperation or competition masked as cooperation? What lies ahead? The revelation of Turler and Gamma-Redan's partnership isn't just a cybersecurity story. It's a window into modern espionage. The blurred lines between rivals and allies. The fusion of brute force with surgical precision. The evolution of digital warfare from isolated campaigns to coordinated strike teams. If two of Russia's most notorious groups can set aside rivalry to work together, what other alliances are already out there, hidden in the shadows of cyberspace? And when they emerge, will we be ready? The Russian playbook is rewriting itself, and the rest of the world may only be glimpsing the opening chapter. So what do you think? Is this partnership proof of a larger, more unified Russian cyber strategy, or just opportunistic cooperation? And if this is the beginning of a new age of cyber alliances, what kind of digital battlefield are we heading into? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.